How big is the risk of a recession in the U.S. and elsewhere due to the debt crisis in Europe? And what's the most realistic scenario for Europe to take in tackling the problem?
I think this is a much bigger problem than I think people in America realize, because the European crisis is morphing into a general European crisis, not just a crisis of its weakest states. Greece was ultimately not threatening to the Eurozone as a whole because Greece is simply too small. Greece is 2.2% of Europe's GDP, I think. But it has now spread to Italy. Italy is a G7 country. This is a country with, one of the 7 largest economies in the world. I think at some level, even Germany can't bail Italy out, and so they really are going to have to face some very hard choices of either rationing the European system or allowing for defaults or perhaps even exits from the Eurozone. I think that so far the Europeans have patched things together and kicked the can down the road in a way that they hoped would work. It would get things off the front page, and then quietly a year from now, when nobody was watching, they would do some kind of a soft default, kind of quiet restructuring of things. That seemed to be working until the last week or two. And now I think attention has focused more and more on countries like Italy. And as I say, Italy is a huge country with a huge debt load. I think it's 140% of GDP is its debt. And rolling over that debt, is just going to prove very, very difficult. The implications for the United States are enormous because while we talk a lot about emerging markets, as we should, Europe remains America's largest trading partner. And so if you see serious instability in Europe, which affects already weak economic growth, it will have a significant impact on the United States. We trade more with Europe than with any other part of the world.